Welcome everyone. Let's start. I know we're Two Cent Tuesdays, but I'm gonna start my watch party. So give me a second. If you go to nyladene.com, you can share this to your page as a watch party. So let's do
Is
that
it
so we can.
can they get to it on Facebook?
Yeah, if they go
Yeah.
to Nyla Dene, or if you
Okay,
share this to your page. So I'm
okay.
about to share this to my page. So
Can I share it to mine?
yes, that's what I'm
You
saying.
should be able
Yeah.
to.
This one right here.
Let me turn my volume. Okay. Okay, while we're doing it, welcome everyone. Yes, it is Tuesday, Two Cent
Tuesday
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Yes. So we're going to introduce what is Two Cent Tuesdays. Ms. Shavonti does a great job with that, and then we're going to individually introduce ourselves and then go from there. Okay, so welcome everyone.
Welcome,
Hello.
guys.
How
Thank
y'all
you
doing?
so much, everyone, for joining. This is going to be an amazing Two Cent Tuesdays. And unfortunately, our best and last one for 2019. If you are new to our Two Cent Tuesdays, it is a program brought to you by Miss Nakeisha Washington and myself, Shavonti Archer. And Nakeisha is the founder of Nyla Dene Enterprises, and I am the founder of Systematic Motivation. So we are bringing you our 2 cents on Tuesday about things that could be improved in the education system, people who are in the education system, and all things STEM. So each week we bring to you a special guest who's in the field of STEM or in the field of education. Now, today, our special guest is going to introduce himself, Mr. Jovante Ham. We are so pleased to have him. Thank you for joining us. So, Javante, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? My name is Jovante Ham. I am the CEO of Melanoid Exchange, which is a new mobile app. I'm the author of the best-selling novel, The Hood Scholar. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Graduated Prairie View A&M University,
All
and
right. You better say that.
that's pretty much a little bit of it.
That is amazing. So, we are going to dive right into this
Excuse
interview.
me.
Oh, I'm
you,
sorry. Miss
you,
Nakisha, can you please introduce yourself?
I mean, like I'm over here somewhere. I know I'm working behind the scenes, guys. So if I'm a little delayed, I'm adding comments and different things to our viewing. So if you see me not being delayed, or I'm Nakeisha Washington, and it is Two Cent Tuesday. So let me introduce myself. She trying to. All right, I'm Nakeisha Washington, CEO and founder of Nyla Dene Enterprises, where we inspire and encourage young girls to have confidence, character, and class as they become our future leaders. We're a little biased. We want them to become our future STEM leaders. And so one of the ways that we do this is through our products and services. And our big push right now is to get little girls interested in STEM. And so we have our STEM superhero named Nyla Nova. And we actually have 3 books out now. So check it out. It's great Christmas gifts. Yes. But anyway, let's get back. I want to say before we start with the questions, today was a special day for the state of Indiana. The education, the educators, like, we are sick of this. We're tired of what's going on, the long hours, the low pay. So for today, they all dressed in red and went down to the state and protest, and it's called hashtag Red for Ed. So we just want to shout those people out, and they bear the code all day fighting for the rights of educators. And so we want to just thank them and, support them. And we're definitely there. And we just lost them. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I was just coming back. So
That's
other
okay.
than that, yeah.
Nikisha,
So
can you tell us a little bit about why Indiana is so important to you?
wow, you're gonna make me, okay, he's sideways. So we're going to hold on.
Sorry.
There you go. Okay, there you
There
go.
you go.
I was like, he's sideways. Let me see. Indiana is near and dear to my heart. I'm originally from Indiana. I'm Gary, Indiana. Moved to Indianapolis. Taught most of my education years in Indianapolis, and I moved to Florida a year and a half ago. But Indiana is calling me back for various reasons. The number one reason is my family. My family is there, and I definitely have to go back there. And so some of them don't know yet. And so if they're not watching this, they'll be surprised when we show up at their door like, hey, you're back. So we should be back Friday. So we'll see everyone. But thank you guys for supporting nyladene.com. systematicmotivation.com. And so we want to hear more from Jovante. So if you're watching, viewers, please leave comments. We want to put display those on the board and have an interactive conversation. So please share, comment, like this, so it can get out to more people. So Jovante.
Okay. Did you guys ask me something? I'm sorry.
We did. I'm sorry. I'll go back into that.
Yeah.
I'm
Specifically, we want it's okay. Specifically, we want to talk about your education. So, can you tell our viewers a little bit about your background, what's your bachelor's in, and kind of
okay.
And
to
we'll let
that?
So
you STEM, like
Oh,
your tech.
okay. So, well, I am basically I was born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Um, I was in public school all my life, um, so I kind of seen the good and the bad of it, you know. So a lot of the stuff that I kind of got in a lot of trouble when I was growing up and things like that, just because of the environment and the things like that, you know, of the public school nature. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
then I was blessed to get a football scholarship to go to Prairie View A&M University, and that kind of if I just kind of rewind a little bit,
Go ahead, take
football
your
kind
time.
of football is what kind of kept me away from all of the the stuff that a lot of my
The
peers was
negativity.
doing, a lot of my family and friends, and
Mm-hmm.
football kind of changed my life. And so I would say, like, if it wasn't for football, it's no telling probably where I would be right now. But that
Wow.
kind of just led. I was always pretty good in football, and I kind of, I love football. And so, big thing that my mom was big on is that if I wasn't behaving in school, I couldn't play football. So when I was getting in a lot of that trouble, when I began to see, how fun football was when I was doing my thing, a lot of that kind of just translated into me behaving in school when in my middle school and elementary years I would get in a lot of trouble. And so once I came to I want to say when I was a senior, it was one of our football coaches was from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and when he came to visit because two of my other teammates from high school had went to Prairie View, so I know it's kind of a long way from Prairie View, Texas to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, probably about
Mm-hmm.
1,200 miles, and basically it's kind of funny how I got into STEM not even knowing what I was getting into. I honestly, to be honest with you guys, I wanted to be a criminal justice major because I was kind of always just like into like the ID channel and the
Mm-hmm.
true crime
True
networks and things
crime.
like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I,
Snapped, all
I
that good
yeah,
stuff.
so I actually was I came and I was pretty good. I had won Broward County Player of the Year where I'm from. And
Wow.
however, I was always pretty smart though. I forgot to say that. I was always one of the smartest people in the class, but I just didn't really like to show it because that wasn't really cool back then.
I know.
So
Mm-hmm.
I I basically got into I would say like it was they only had one scholarship left, and so it was out of me and another person. And so, with my grades being so good, I always had good grades. I think I graduated high school with like a 3.7. So, with
Wow.
my GPA being so high,
And he played
they
football. I know you were
yeah
like an anatomy, like wow.
yeah that's kind of what it was. And so when I was playing football, um, I wasn't even just trying to get good grades. It's just something that sometimes just happened,
It came
And so
naturally.
yeah, it
Yeah.
came naturally. And so when I was me and this guy was competing for this scholarship, a good friend of mine, and he ended up being one of my best friends in college, but he didn't have the grades, so they wanted both of us, and so they unfortunately they ended up taking him to get the full ride scholarship, and so
Wow.
I was kind of stuck around signing day with no offers. And I'm sorry, the head coach came to me and he said, "Man, we looked at your grades. We got an ultimatum for you. We can get you a full ride, everything paid for, and all of that. It's just one catch." And that he's like, "Okay, you're gonna have to be an engineering major because," and I'm like, "What?" And I started doing my research on engineering, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I know I kind of knew a background. I didn't really know what it was. I'm thinking just physics. That's the only thing that we take, and that was one of the classes that I hated, man. And I'm just like, man, I never get
Mhm.
off. I wanted to just go ahead, get me a criminal justice degree. It was gonna be
Mhm.
pretty easy for me.
Mhm.
But man, that's kind of where it started. And then he was like, man, you got to choose. So I had to choose my profession basically in about a day. And so I was just researching like, and she like, what type of engineering you want to do? And I'm like, man, I was good at computers all my life. I used to
Mhm.
help my aunties and uncles and people like
Yes.
that. So I'm just gonna choose computer engineering. And I did
Mhm.
not know what I was getting myself into. I did not
But
know
that's not easy now. That's pretty tough.
exactly,
Yes.
and I didn't know that, and it's so crazy. But then I started looking at the pay of what computer engineers made,
You
and
like,
I'm
Mhm.
like,
oh, it's
man, you
not
know
so
what,
bad.
man, I'm like, man, you know what, it's not so bad, and it kind of was so, it got difficult at times, and
Mhm.
actually around my freshman year, I was about to go and switch and change and be a PE major, but I kind of had a talk with this lady named Dr. Hollins. God bless the dead. She was a kind of like, she kind of like, I don't want to say adopted me, but she kind of
Mhm.
just took me in when I went to Texas because I went into the engineering program to where they would basically give us algebra and trigonometry, and also like a science class, so we could go straight to calculus and kind of skip some of that those prerequisites.
Mhm.
And so she told me a couple months before she died, I was telling her how hard it was with the football and all that. And she said, "Boy, you better stick to it." And I was like, man, I was kind of debating it, and then I never forget. Like, man, probably like a couple months later, she ended up dying, and
Oh,
she had just had her. She was a doctor. Like she was like 33 years old. She
Oh
had a
my gosh.
daughter. Like it was like I think it was like something with her heart or something like that. I don't remember the exact cause, but man, after that, I'm just like, man, I cannot give up on this. And
No.
no.
it got hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It got very tough. It got very
Mhm.
very tough. But my ultimatum was just that, man, I'm gonna stick it out because she told me that that I better do it. And that kind of
Man, I
it,
know
it,
she
it
looking down like, yes,
yeah,
Like
you don't know
so
how
yeah.
much
proud of you.
right, you never know how much impact you have on someone. That's
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
awesome.
man. I don't even think she realizing, and that little moment kind of just drove me to. And I'm not gonna sit here and just say that in college I was just kind of like I said in college I kind of fell back into the same stuff in high school, and it kind
Mhm.
of was just that I always had good grades,
Right.
so
Mhm.
I would kind
Stuff
of
coming natural.
yeah I would kind of like I would always used to get in trouble like in elementary school and all of that for I would be talking to all the kids, but I would have already finished my work.
Your
They,
work.
they yeah, and
They're
I'll be
usually the
distracted. Yeah,
disruptor.
yeah, I would be distracting them, and so that kind of just fell back into that in college. And man, it's when I wasn't taking it serious still again, so I found
Mhm.
myself back
Mhm.
into the same place, and then it didn't really click to me until my daughter was born, and I'm
Mhm.
like, man, this is real. And I actually got the semester before she was born. Like I was
Mhm.
kind of wild, and now I kept like a 3.0 GPA just by just getting by. Kind of I could have been getting a 4.0, but I really wasn't focused on it. And
Mhm.
so that semester the semester before she was born, I had like a 1.8, and
Oh my
so
God.
I had a 1.8, and I was supposed to graduate the next semester, and
Uh-huh.
so I ended up I want to say putting myself in a hole to where I had to
Mhm.
take almost 25 hours, take two online classes, but I knew that my daughter had to eat basically,
Right,
and
that's
this
true.
was the coming from where I come from. This is kind of the road less traveled. And
Mhm.
again, I kind of thinking about the stuff that the salary that I seen that engineers made. So I'm like, man,
Mhm.
you know what? I got to do this. And I ended up graduating that last semester, finishing up everything with I think like a 3.8 or 3.9 or something
Mhm.
like that. And then that kind of
Amazing.
that propelled me to it. That and really it was God how I got a job working at Lockheed Martin as an aerospace engineer.
Look at you. Say
And
all that.
Wow.
yes, and that kind of gave me the push into, and then I was like, man, you know what? I'm thinking like now I'm on the road. Like, you know, I gave my life to Christ. I just was on the road. And so I said, man, let me try this tuition reimbursement. And so I actually applied for the master's program, which was supposed to take 3 years.
Through
And
Lockheed, right?
yeah, through Lockheed. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, and I actually graduated this May, which was I graduated a 3-year program in like 11 months.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so I kind
Javante,
of
that is amazing.
Like,
Being a husband, being a
yes,
full-time worker, being a father, like that is
yes, yes.
congratulations.
thank
Yes,
y'all so
yes.
much, and that kind of propelled me into just seeing what my potential was. Like I
Mm-hmm.
told y'all, I always had the potential, but I never just tapped into it. And so
Right.
when I came and I seen my potential, something else came to me, and I was like, man, I'm kind of killing it. I'm killing it at the job. I'm killing it at the job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always kind of looking for the next best thing, the next thing to
Mm-hmm.
do. And so I'm like, let me try. I had an idea about this app.
That's what we
So
was gonna ask. Hold on,
Yes.
slow down for a second, because you just okay. So we got some quick questions to
oh,
ask
I'm
you, and
sorry.
then
I'm
because you just
sorry.
like,
I can talk though. I can
we
talk.
see it. I'm like, look,
I'm sorry.
it's gonna be, I'll be on the road in a minute. And
I'm sorry.
yes,
I'm sorry.
and then I don't know
No,
what's
you're
going
perfect.
on. Shavonti, is always something wrong. So like now the titles is one that says introduction that won't come off the screen. So
Oh,
it just
I don't see it.
no, you don't see it, but I'm looking on the Facebook page. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
audience,
Oh,
yeah, it's always something. I'm gonna try a different app next time because like it's stuck on introduction who you are. So I've been trying
yeah.
to add different stuff and it
Okay.
won't get
Okay.
off, but it's not true. Okay, so let's get back to this personal experience, school experience. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you said everything, so I don't think we really. I mean, Shavonti, you had a question? I know I do. I have a question.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
well, I just saw Prairie View and I got excited because my stepdaughter graduated from Prairie
Okay.
View.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
was from Kansas City. So then she just when she went to for social work and she
Yes.
came to Indiana and got her master's in social work from
Okay.
UNI. So Prairie View, I was like, yes, I got me a little Prairie View shirt and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
hey,
Okay.
so we got a
Okay.
little connection there. So I definitely want to do a shout out of that. So
Most definitely. We
yeah,
produce productive people. That's the
yes,
motto. That's the motto.
yes, yes.
So I wanted to ask you, with everything that has been on your plate, before we get into your app, what was the most difficult? I mean, it seems like you beat the odds out of everything against you, but what was the most difficult thing going through, almost failing out of college and having a baby and trying to, like, what was that moment that you were like, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. It has to work. This has to work.
I,
I have a very similar story, so I'm curious to know yours.
well,
Right.
that when you said when it has to work, that the point where I said that was that when I seen that heartbeat, and
Oh,
Ooh,
I'm
you
like
gotta say that.
man, it's real now. And
mm-hmm,
I kind of thought about all the stuff that I was doing,
mm-hmm.
and I just kind of like basically where I'm from, it's normal to have a baby and not do
And
anything
leave.
for it.
Mm-hmm,
And I just was like, man, I want to do something different. I'm
mm-hmm,
like, I went to college. I basically I wanted to be in the NFL, and that didn't
mm-hmm,
work out. And so
Mm-hmm.
that kind of drove me to do some of the bad things that I was doing because
mm-hmm,
I kind of had lost hope, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I just think
mm-hmm.
that when I seen that heartbeat, that's what kind of just triggered in my
Ooh.
head, like, man, you got to do something. And
Yes,
that's basically what was that that Kickstarter to everything what has happened.
that's beautiful.
That
That's so
is.
beautiful.
That
Yes.
is.
I'm so like proud to like know you now
I
because
know, and your story.
you were
Y'all
that
don't do me like
student.
that.
Yeah, you're
Don't
seriously
do me
that
like
student that I talk to when I go and speak to students. And I ask the gentleman, oh, what do you want to be? Oh, I want to go into the NFL. Oh, I want to be in the NBA.
Yeah. Or a
But what's your
rapper. Don't
plan
forget the
B?
rapper. Yes.
Or a rapper, yeah, but
Yes.
what's your plan B? And a lot of them, of course, they're in high school, they're in middle school, and they don't really understand the concept of this may not work out for you, so you need to
right,
have another plan. And you
right,
are that child, you are that hope and that, hey, the kind of like this sounds bad, but for a lack of a better term, you're that I told you so. I told you to have a plan B, and you did, and you're excelling at it.
Right. I
That's the
just
beauty.
I really want them to know that
Mm-hmm.
because I can like directly feel them because like I told you guys, I really didn't have a plan B, and it's just kind of
No.
I think that more less of me, but it's more of God that
That's
just
what I was gonna
knowing
Mm-hmm.
say. It's like
that.
your destiny was just,
Yeah,
you
like
Mm-hmm.
just
he
was following
he
the path.
basically did
Them
that
pieces.
because I didn't have a plan B. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I was going to the NFL. Like I
Mm-hmm.
knew if somebody would tell me that, like I probably would want to fight you if you would tell me something like that.
It,
Even though I kind of think and then I kind of just started doing the research once I got into the STEM, until I got into the technology field, and with
Mm-hmm.
me being a computer engineer, it's kind of like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The the statistics of it because like they'll say like okay 1% of people make it to the NFL, but then when I
Mm-hmm.
start looking at the black people who are the black males who are computer engineers, and it's
Engineers.
like
Mm-hmm.
less than 1%.
Yep.
So
And I just want to say, when you said you didn't have a plan B, and you kind of just accepted that you're gonna go for engineering, like that's usually people's plan A and everything. Like, who has
yeah,
a plan B as computer engineering? Like that's
Engineer,
right.
crazy.
right?
It's like, who does that? So you know
I
that that's and get a master's of engineering. Like you didn't
Mm-hmm.
just stop; you kept going.
You kept
So
going.
that ain't nothing but God, and you having your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Because who has a plan B as computer engineer? Just
Mm-hmm.
and then
it,
how it just lined up for you. That's wow. Yeah.
man,
That's amazing.
it's no other explanation than what you just said. Like I'm
Yes.
just sitting back and I'm just it might look like to a lot of people that I kind of just know what's going on, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm basically just every time when I'm it's like I'm living in it, but I'm kind of just sitting from afar
Like
like
looking, look
man,
like,
he just blowing my mind every day. He
yeah.
just blowing my mind.
That's awesome.
That's
I'm there with
awesome.
you. We can all testify. Okay, so let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about this app
Yeah.
because I'm really excited. We're all techie people, and so to
Yes.
hear that
Mm-hmm.
someone has
Mm-hmm.
an app and then what you want to do with it. So give us the whole lowdown. Like let us.
Okay. So basically, Melanoid Exchange is the name of the app. It's on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. And
Okay.
what our purpose is we want to connect entrepreneurs of color with the world. And we're gonna
Ooh.
do it through e-commerce and we're gonna do it through booking. But for right now, we just have our e-commerce functionality into it. So if you
Mm-hmm.
would think of Amazon or a Etsy or a
Mm-hmm.
eBay or something like that, where like a third party marketplace, but
Mm-hmm.
for entrepreneurs of color. Because we sat back and we seen that Amazon is controlling the market. You know, Amazon is
Yes.
controlling the entire
Yes.
market right now. They're controlling about 47% of the market. However, less than 7% of their vendors are African American. And so
Wow.
it's that's like kind of I don't even know the percentage, but it's most definitely less than 1% African
Mm-hmm.
American. And so, but however, we've seen that African Americans have the talent, we really have a lot of talent. However, we lack the knowledge and the resources, to
Mm-hmm.
start our own businesses, and we can't pay for the maintenance fees of a website. And
Mm-hmm.
we trying to run the business, so it's just kind of hard when you have to pay $40 a month plus the Instagram ads, plus the Facebook
Mm-hmm.
ads, and we just
Yes.
wanted to simplify that method for them. So we want to make it as easy as possible for anybody to become an entrepreneur. If you wanted to
Mm-hmm.
get on there and sell your daughter's books, if you wanted to get on there and sell
I do.
T-shirts, or
I do. I want to get on
okay,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you guys wanted to do any of those things, we just want to make it to where you can do that with no overhead fees. And basically, we just want it to be the central place where people come to essentially shop with the minorities, because you might have a store and you in Indiana, somebody else might have a store and they're in Florida, and you might be
Mm-hmm.
killing it in your area, but we want we want all the money. We want
Globally.
to go global. We want to go
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
worldwide.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to do it through social media, and it's very expensive. So we
Yeah.
just kind of came up with a system to where we're not going to make you pay any monthly fees. We're not going to make you pay any we're going to make you pay a low transaction fee of 6%, which is
Mm-hmm.
almost nothing compared to Amazon taking almost 15 and
Right,
charging you
right.
Mhm.
$39.99 a month, you know. So we
Mhm.
Okay,
just
I
want
like that.
yeah, we want to make it as easy as possible. We have, and we just want to shed light on the culture. We have
Yes.
we do the Black Book of the Week every week. We have a innovative spotlight. We have a bestsellers list. So
This is all
this
through the app.
This is
yeah,
all through the
this is
okay.
all through the app. So this is
Amazing.
my book right here.
Okay,
And
show it.
Yes, the Hood
and
Scholar.
yeah, and I want to. I felt like I was getting so much feedback and
Mhm.
everything, and so I just kind of just started doing my research, and I'm like, how does these people get on the New York Times bestsellers? And it's like,
Right.
if you don't pay that money to market and all of that stuff,
I'm
no matter the
learning.
content, it's
They're
about
not
three
gonna
mil.
see it.
Yeah, it's 3 million books published a year, and it's just they'll get lost in the shuffle no matter about the content. So we
Mhm.
just kind of made that bestsellers list to kind of just cater to us on real
Mhm.
content and real. You know, you can say that you. I can say now I'm a best-selling author. Who Jay-Z said that it was on the song, and he said, you know, they used to praise billboards when they was young, but now we look at billboards like, is you dumb? You know,
Right.
so it's kind of it's deeper than what you think. Like, so
Mhm.
we was trying to get on the billboards, but
Mhm.
we are the culture. So how can they judge our culture? You know, we
Yeah.
Right.
should be in charge of our own culture. We should be in
Yes.
charge of our own money, and
Yes.
that's pretty much what we are all about at Melanoid
Right.
Exchange.
And I just want
That's
to say,
beautiful.
because I'm trying to do the tech stuff, and somehow the intro thing won't come off. But I added all your information in the comments, and so
Okay.
Mhm.
I have where
Mhm.
they can contact you at, and then the melanoidexchange.com. So if our viewers
Yes.
can please go into the comments, because I have it across the screen, but they can't see it because this other thing is covering it up. So I'm
Okay.
just upset. But I do have this information there because we definitely want to keep in touch. And this
Mhm.
is, I know I'm going to sign up. This is awesome.
Most
So
Yes.
definitely.
this is great.
We recently just like went viral on Twitter, and
Oh,
we went
Wow.
viral, and we have had, man, it's too many people, man. God is good. He is
All
yes.
the
just blessing
time.
this app, and
Mhm.
we seen the other week how Alibaba did about 38 billion, I think, in sales.
Yes.
uh
Wow.
38 billion in sales,
Mhm.
and we just feel like we have that same amount of power. We
Mhm.
have
We
the mind
do. The
power
black
of
dollar is
yeah,
woo. But
Mhm.
we
exactly.
don't use it right, and we're not very
Yeah,
And
intentional
keeping it
and
in our
strategic.
community.
Right. We try to
yes,
put it out there.
yeah.
And
And
we
when
trust
we have
others before we trust each
Mhm.
other. So,
Mhm.
yes,
mhm.
I
yes,
love that.
we have the resources though. We
Right.
just lack the knowledge, and we just lack the knowledge, and we lack the funds to basically get it done. And so that's
Mhm.
basically what we trying to change, that stigma, man. And just we gonna help a lot of things with the app. People will be having, instead of getting a second job, you can just open up you a storefront on the app and
Mhm.
things like that. So that's
That's
basically what.
awesome.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Mhm.
So one of the questions, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wanted to talk about the Hood Scholar before we
Okay.
Right. That's what I was going to get
tell us a
to.
little bit more about your book.
Okay, yeah. So the Hood Scholar is it's really deep because of kind of, you know, how I just explained my kind of my life to you guys. I'm
Mhm.
basically what people would call like somebody from the hood. You know, I can't say it any other way, and that's
Mhm.
who I am. I am
Mhm.
the hood. I am a product of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, but
Mhm.
I'm
You
also a
better
scholar,
represent.
and
Yes.
Yes.
it's kind of crazy that in the stigma says that you can't be both. You know, it
Mhm.
says that you got to choose either one or the two. And the stigma
Mhm.
says that when I talk to kids, and they say you either can go to college or either I mean another stigma is that you either can go to college or you can go to jail. And I'm like, man, you can go to both, because I did it. I did both of them, and I'm just like, it's just like just me just telling my story. Like, if I don't know if y'all can see the cover right here.
Yes.
Can y'all
It's.
see the
Let me
cover?
see
So
it.
the
I mean, it's
cover,
powerful.
It is.
I just want to explain it to a lot of people who don't know. So right
Mhm.
here, when you see, this is basically representing the hood, the gun, the
Mhm.
black person with the chain, and
Mhm.
basically just trying, when you try to outthink your environment and go to another place, you got to fight off this side. And what
Yes.
I seen is when I got into, when I recently just quit my job to go
Okay.
full on with Melanoid Exchange.
Oh wow.
However,
Yes.
however,
Yes. Give it up for the
this is
entrepreneur. Yes.
yes, this is what I seen when I got to corporate America. Like I thought that I had made it out, and I
Mhm.
thought that,
Right.
man, the streets was, man, but corporate America is a whole nother beast that a lot of people don't know about, and it's so much politics in it that
Mhm.
even when you might be the smartest or you might be, but it's just man, who you know, and
Mhm.
your skin color and things like
Mhm.
that. It's just they're trying to erase you. So that's kind of what the cover
Woo!
represents,
I
So
like it.
it's
I
Deep.
just
love
it's
that. I love
basically
that.
just telling my story of how I
Mhm.
came from basically just the grace that God has had on me, like I have shared with y'all from when I
Mhm.
was a child, when I was in my mother's belly, when my mama had a wreck when I don't remember how many months pregnant she was with me, and they told her that if she wasn't and if she didn't have on her seatbelt, that both of us would have died. And
Wow.
Wow.
so it kind of just go from that
That's
into
why
where
I
I
said you
am,
got definitely destinies on your side.
man.
Like
Mhm.
you are there.
It's
I want to say one thing before Demetrio Big Man Rodriguez said, love the book, The Hood Scholar. So just want to give that little shout out right there. Give it a
I
little,
love you too, bro.
yeah, yeah. We represent, you know it. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, but it's just, man, it's just telling that story, man. It's so real, and I just want to
Mhm.
get the word out to people because it's like it's no books like that. I read a lot, man. I probably read like 5 or 6 books a month, and I'm not
Wow.
even being biased, but none of the books are just keeping it real. It's like everybody is just telling this success story, like, oh, I did this
Mhm.
to make it. And a lot of people making these master classes and they charging
Yeah,
people all of this money.
they
With
are. They
me,
making big money.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't want any money. I'm gonna tell
Mhm.
you that success is not a secret Krabby Patty formula. It's
Yep.
just
Mm.
basically just doing what you have to do, doing the right thing, doing right by people, getting
Mhm.
it, getting in a consistent swing of things, and having self discipline and holding yourself accountable and your
And
emotional
getting rid of
intelligence.
comparison. We
Yes,
get
yes.
rid of comparison.
Oh yes,
And what somebody else is doing, it's like it'll consume you before you even know it, and
oh
you'll put
yes,
yourself down before you can even get started.
oh
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. I love that story.
I
I
gotta
want
get I gotta get y'all a copy of it.
Oh yeah, and if you better
please.
believe,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
send you better believe I'm sending you a copy of the Nyla Nova. You,
Okay,
you
okay,
know,
we
you
can
going
do it.
viral and whatnot.
Yes,
You know,
Yes.
there you go,
yes.
there you go, there you go, Nyla Nova.
Okay,
You
yes,
know,
yes.
hey,
Hey.
you know,
We can do
I
that.
was
We
gonna
most
promote.
definitely.
But Jovante,
Yes.
this has been awesome. We're wrapping it up, so we have our last question, and we want to know
Mhm.
about your future goals. Where are we going to see you?
Yes.
Like we just heard you quit your job. Now that's a leap of faith. If I
Yes.
don't
Yes.
know what, so we're like super excited about that for you because that's our dream. So we're like,
Right.
oh, and to really fulfill our passion and our purpose as well. So
Mhm.
where are we going to see you? How can we keep in contact and just everything? Just get it.
Well, first off, I'm gonna comment on the faith. If I can recommend y'all going and watch the whole Michael Todd Crazy Face series, and that
Michael.
has,
Okay.
man, I'm telling y'all, it changed my life. So y'all make sure that y'all go and watch. I think they on part 12 or 13 right now,
You
and
said
just watch.
Michael Todd.
Yes, Michael Todd, he a preacher.
Okay.
Man, he kind of. I never been to his church, but I watch every week, man. I just feel like I'm a member. And on the other tip, basically, you guys can. So I answered the first question first that you asked me. I feel like my future. I don't want to put a limit on God. I
Mhm.
Oh,
I
you
I,
better
I
say
I'll
that.
take it to First Corinthians 2:9, where he said that
Oh,
you know that eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard. It didn't enter the heart of man where
Mhm.
the things that he gonna do for those who love the Lord. So
boy, you got to
I
make me
I
clap
com-
Amen.
in
I
here
co-
and
I
shout
committed.
now.
I basically have changed my life and committed my life to him, and man, he just blessing me so much.
I
And
swear, I feel you now.
it's just like, honestly, man, I don't even want to put a cap on him, because
Mhm.
I don't have no doubt in my mind that this is a $1 billion business, and
Yes.
I don't. It might be more, because it's so much to tap into, and so
Mhm.
that's kind of, I just want to just keep promoting the book, man.
Melanoid
I just want to get
Exchange.
the.
And I see you got the shirt on. I
Oh
was like,
yes,
you
I
represent
so
Mhm.
I actually
Palestine.
the reason why I got the shirt on is I actually got double booked today, and
Oh,
I'm at a middle school right now. I just drove 4 hours to come to a middle school to be the guest speaker at a literacy
okay.
night, and so that's the reason I'm in the. If y'all look around, I'm in this. I don't know
Because
where
I
I'm
thought
at.
you
I'm in a
was
conference
like a
room.
teacher's lounge or
They
something.
say
I
I'm in the,
know.
they say
Yeah.
I'm in the 8th grade conference room, but I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure that I was able to get on here and,
Great.
just
I'm glad
Oh
we was
my
able,
God. Thank
because you big
yes,
you.
time now.
yes.
Don't forget us because we
Oh
about to
no,
stay in touch
Don't
now.
nah,
forget
man,
But
no,
us.
man.
Shavonte, he all big time now. So
Nah,
Yes.
we
I
might can't
promise
even
to
get in
y'all,
time.
I
Thank
won't,
you
man.
so much,
So much.
Javante.
Thank
Y'all, I
you. Thank
appreciate it.
you. And I'm
Mhm.
so mad. We definitely got to get you back on in the
Yes,
first of the year because
yes,
the whole thing, it has this stupid thing on there that's
most
blocking
definitely,
all the information that I like to show. So
man,
I'm mad about that, but
most
I can't
definitely.
control it.
And the answer to the last question, you guys can follow me at Ham Go
Yes.
Ham on Instagram. That's my
Okay.
personal
Okay, I
page.
think I put that on
Uh,
there. Okay.
Ham Go Ham on Instagram, on
Mhm.
LinkedIn. Uh, no, on LinkedIn is Jovante Ham, which is my first and my last name.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
On You can follow Melanoid Exchange. Matter of fact, you can download Melanoid Exchange at on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. Just type in Melanoid Exchange. If you
Doing it
guys want
right
to
now.
become a vendor, if you guys want to buy black, if you want
Yeah,
to
we both
follow
on our
us,
phones trying to download it
We
right
yeah,
now.
getting it. We
and
getting
you
it.
guys
I'm
can,
like,
yeah, y'all can follow Melanoid Exchange on Instagram at Melanoid Exchange, Facebook, type in Melanoid Exchange, and on LinkedIn.
and I want to know how to get on
Perfect.
there to put my books on there.
Yes,
Because
yeah,
like
and
you
you can
said,
go straight to the website and just tap become a vendor. That's It's anybody out
That's
there
it.
watching. That's all you guys have to do.
well, I
And
got
That
you.
would
is
love.
I'm here. I'm here.
Thank you
awesome.
so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, and we're gonna make sure
Oh,
that we tell everyone and get on there.
Yes, yes,
yes.
please
Yes,
do.
yes,
Please
yes.
do.
Following,
I
following.
got you. Okay. All right.
So, Nakeisha, you want me to send us out?
Send us out. I'm so mad that you know how I like to have my text stuff, but it's all messing up. But that's
I
okay.
Man, it's all right.
know.
They gonna get the message though,
They
one
gonna
way
get the
or
message. That's
another.
Yes,
what I said. The devil
They
trying to
gonna get
stop
it.
us, but they gonna get this
They gonna
message.
get it
they're
one
gonna
way
get
or
the
another.
message.
Yes, yes,
Well, thank you so much, Javante.
yes.
We have so enjoyed this. You were our last guest for
Thank
2019.
y'all so much. I
A
appreciate
way
y'all
to rock us
more than
out.
y'all know it. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know it.
Well,
Thank you, thank
thank
you.
you so much.
So,
Now
for
we're gonna
everyone
stop the
watching,
drop. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
for everyone watching, this is our last one for 2019. We will be back January 2020. Thank you guys so much, Nakeisha.
I was just gonna say yes. Thank you. We'll see you in 2020. It's gonna
All
be
right, y'all.
magical. 2020. It's like just saying 2020. I get
Hey,
excited.
hey,
It just
y'all.
feels
Hey,
good.
I just want to say this to y'all. Y'all just everybody who watching, man. Y'all just finish the year off strong, man.
Yes. And be
Yes.
Keep
safe
trusting
and let's
God,
get it.
and
Yes.
it's no limit on what He can do, man. I'm telling y'all,
Mhm.
it's no limits on what He can do. Y'all just keep trusting Him and just keep doing the right thing. That's all I want to
And
tell
we're gonna say amen on that. Yes.
Amen.
Amen. Yes.
y'all.
So we will have replays of this as well. And like I said, viewers, if you could please share it to your page because people can rewatch it and do on their own watch parties, leave comments. And we just want to say thank you guys. Make sure you download the app. We're just ready to just rock and roll in 2020. So thank you
All right.
everyone for following us. Javante, don't hang up. I'm gonna end the broadcast, but we're gonna talk to you for 1 second afterwards.
Okay.
Don't hang up. All right.